Happy to have you. My name is Nosley for anyone that I don't know, but I am a San Diego-based yoga teacher. I train yoga teachers mostly in Vinyasa and Yin yoga, and Yin is going to be our focus today. If you don't know what Yin yoga is, really slow, really deep stretches for the body. And rather than kind of working the surface layer of the body, not in a bad way, but kind of like the superficial muscles or the superficial layers of the muscles, Yin yoga takes it a step deeper and it starts to work with the connective tissues. So when we lay into a certain stretch or stress, as we say in Yin yoga, when we lay into a certain position, we offer a healthy stress on the connective tissue. So once we release, they can come back a little bit stronger, more hydrated, and hopefully just help us achieve stronger, healthier joints and a little bit of peace of mind. So I'm going to get us started. I'll leave a little bit of time at the end for any questions or thoughts. But again, thank you for joining. We're going to let ourselves find a comfortable seat, and that is where we will get started today. Alrighty. We'll check the messages. Thanks, Melanie. All good. All good, all good. So today's practice, actually let me spotlight myself for us. So once you have found a comfortable seat, and for everybody that's a little bit different, you can sit cross-legged. If you did grab like a strap-like contraption and you have a pillow, just have it nearby so we can end up reaching for it. I'll go through about 30 minutes or so of Yin, really deep meditative stretches for the body. And then at the end, I'll finish off. They're a little bit hard to see, but I have a handful of crystal singing bowls laid out. So we will do a little sound bath meditation at the end, just to let the whole system kind of reset. Hands down onto your thighs as you're ready, and I'll suggest maybe palms face down, just to help us feel a little bit more grounded. If you're comfortable with it, let your eyes close off. If you ever prefer to have your eyes open, just find a soft gaze in front of you, something to hold your attention. And just begin to breathe, maybe a little bit more slowly than you're used to. Taking your time with every inhale, every exhale. And the next time you breathe in, go ahead and fill all the way up to the top. Open your mouth as you exhale, let everything release. Do that one more time. Breathe in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it out. And just come back to breathing in and out through your nose. Just a natural breath. This practice is really giving us a chance to separate and, allow ourselves to not hold control over many things. Your breath being the first space. No need to control the breath. Just let it flow naturally. And we're going to be here for a few more moments. If you'd like, just stillness, letting your shoulders soften down and back. If you prefer, maybe just finding a couple gentle rolls with your head side to side. And we're going to keep everything yin in nature, so moving slow. Nothing needs to be rushed. And as we take our time settling into our breath, as we take our time landing into our bodies, being in this space. We're giving our nervous system a chance also to kind of recalibrate, to come into a space where stillness and peace and quiet is okay. It's celebrated, it's enjoyed. Just a few more breaths here. More than anything, letting yourself connect with presence. No matter what the day has taken you through, now you are here. If you did take a cross-legged seat, you can begin to stretch your legs out long. And just take a moment to flex and point your toes, roll out your ankles a little bit. Our first pose, our first official pose, is going to be reclined butterfly. So you'll begin to lower down onto your back. If you have your pillow, keep it nearby. I'm going to offer an option for this. Reclined butterfly is soles of the feet together, knees out wide. So for some, this can be really comfortable, and for some, this is not comfortable at all. So know that wherever you are on that spectrum, all is good. We'll find ways to support you. If it's not okay for your knees to hang open, if you sort of like blankets or pillows, you can always stack them underneath your knees. That way it's offered. If you're outside, you can let them hang there. Low, right underneath the low back. So you'll lift your hips if you want to try this, and then you just rest back down onto it. And then resting back, hands can land on your body or arms out by your sides. Again, find a position that feels comfortable on the arms. And then tap back into that slow rhythmic breath. Something unique with yin yoga poses is that we hold them for minutes at a time. That being because to work into the connective tissues, we have to hold for a little bit. The first minute, minute and a half of a pose is generally your muscles in your body trying to figure out if you're safe, if it's okay to be there, if it's okay to let go. And then after that 60 to 90 second mark, once your body has discovered that it is okay to be here, the muscles disengage a bit more, and that's when the good stress sinks into the connective tissues. That being said, don't ever force yourself to be still. If there's ever actual pain and your body doesn't want to be in a position, it's okay to move and adjust. It's also important to acknowledge if it is from pain, if it's from safety that your body wants to move, or if it's from discomfort or boredom or frustration that your body wants to move. This practice gets to be a really amazing time to kind of study yourself and notice how you react to sensations. In yoga philosophy, there's this concept of svadhyaya, and it is self-study. It is one of the main components of what makes yoga yoga. While the postures are wonderful for the body, a lot of what's happening is internal. So be curious about yourself, your reactions, your thoughts and feelings through this practice. about halfway through with this hold. Again, acknowledge if you do need support now under the knees, feel free to slide something under there. If you notice that your mind wanders off at all, take a deep breath, ground back into the moment. You are here right now. With this final moment, where can you let go a little bit more? Maybe you can relax into your shoulders a bit, soften into your jaw. And give yourself about 3 to 5 more deep breaths. Our exit from the poses are just as important as the time we spent in them. Taking your hands, begin to gather your knees together. And once you gather your legs all the way together, feet flat on the ground, just be there for a moment. If you did slide a pillow underneath you, lift your hips just enough that you can remove that pillow out. Lower down onto your back, and as a rebound, we're going to take the feet out nice and wide. Tap your knees in together, almost like a little teepee. And you're just going to rest back and observe what everything feels like. We take this little portion of rest in between the poses just to let our bodies integrate what it just experienced. When we're in a position so long, the last thing we want to do is jump from one position to the other. So again, be curious, watch what's going on with you. You'll begin to draw your knees into your chest as you're ready. And just take a few rocks side to side, letting your low back massage down into the ground. And then release your left foot down to the ground. Half stirrup is the next position that we're going to get into. And if you are familiar with yoga, stirrup is happy baby. But we're just going to take a half version. So the right foot's going to lift up towards the sky. Keep a nice bend in your right knee. An option is to hold on to your ankle or to reach for your foot. I really like using the strap for this because it lets me put in a little bit less effort to hold my leg. And that's just what I'm into when I take yin classes. So you would loop that strap or, your towel, whatever you have around your foot. And you can just hold it with a little bit of slack in between. That way your shoulder can relax down. Great spot to be right here. If you feel like your body could use more sensation, you can straighten out your left leg. And then again, we just are here. And we're just going to be here for a little bit of time. Something to recognize is In yin yoga, we're not trying to go to the absolute edge. We're trying to find a space where we can feel a decent bit of sensation, but it's not our end range of motion. That way our body has time to achieve its depth. It's not forced into it. A good way to acknowledge that is that, you're in a place where you can breathe. You can take deep breaths. Nothing feels stuck. And this is definitely one of the poses that requires a little bit of effort. So don't feel like you have to shy away from that. Yes, we're trying to let go and soften and be still, but that right arm's putting in a bit of work. That right leg might even start to feel a little fatigued. Everything is a cycle, everything will pass. Just a little bit longer left here. Where can you find comfort? Last couple breaths. Stay with the commitment. If you're holding onto your foot with your hand, you can gently begin to release that grip. If you're holding the strap, you might just straighten your leg up towards the sky. Just for a moment. And then you can drop that strap off too. Lower your foot down. And before our rebound, maybe just windshield wiper your legs side to side for a moment. And then land in a spot that feels okay to hold, that doesn't have a lot of sensation, and then we'll breathe here. What does it feel like for your body to be out of that position? Go ahead and take a big breath in. And open your mouth, exhale everything. Straighten your left leg back down to the ground. I'm going to offer a few different options for this. We're going to take a twist. We'll keep focusing on the right side for a moment. You'll draw your right leg over towards the left side of your space. An option is to have that pillow underneath your right leg. That bit of support might feel really nice. Another option that I'll offer is to loop your strap or whatever you've got around your right foot and take a straight leg twist. So you would hold the strap with your left hand. Let your leg straighten as you take the twist. And then right shoulder stays grounded. I like to open my right arm wide to a T. And if you do have something looped around your foot, you don't necessarily have to hold it once it gets over there. Once I've, taken my leg over towards the left, you can release the grip. Let your left hand be soft. And then again, it's your commitment to just being here for a little bit of time. To breathing deep. Maybe just letting your eyes feel soft. In those moments when I have a really human brain and it wants to go in a lot of different directions, I love to focus on the rise and fall of my breath. Just watching the way your body expands with every inhale and the way it contracts and sinks back into the earth with every exhale. And so the practice is not just making a shape with your body and trying to hold it, but it's also allowing your mind to stay present, acknowledging the moments when your mind wants to wander off. We're just about to pass that 90-second mark. Maybe you notice if your body can just sink in a little bit more. And just the last few moments here. Like you're moving through honey, begin to unravel your body from this shape. Taking your time as you land onto your back. And for me, I like to hug my knees into my chest after this. If there's something else that you prefer to do, always feel free. Everything is just a suggestion. Maybe take notice of the different temperatures in your body. Sometimes after releasing a pose, some coolness or some heat can drift over that area that was really feeling it. We're going to begin to explore the other side. Half stirrup is where we'll start off. Right foot can release, and as that left foot lifts up towards the sky, you can again choose to hold on to someplace along your left leg, or take your strap, loop it around your left foot, and then stay or straighten your right leg out. Take a few moments to let your body find the shape. And if you are used to practicing maybe more active styles of yoga, a lot of times we'll do yin poses out of habit. So maybe notice what it is that you do automatically in this position. Are you trying to flex your toes? Let your toes relax. Are you gripping really hard with your hands? See if there's somewhere in your left arm that you can soften a tiny bit. And then for a little bit more time, again, commit to the cycle of being right here with the discomforts, with the distractions. And maybe at some point all of that transitions into a bit of peace, a bit of ease. And take your final few breaths. You can choose to release any grip you have or straighten your left leg towards the sky. And then after a moment, you'll lay that left leg down. And again, if there's a position that would feel really nice, take it. Otherwise, just a little mini shavasana, letting your legs stretch out, your arms wide. And you're just observing for a few moments. Your twist gets to be the next space that you're heading to. So you might scoot your hips to the left a little bit, and then again, you can choose, do you want a bent knee twist? And you can start to guide your left leg over to the right side of your space. Or do you want to use your strap and take a straight leg twist? Maybe your pillow joins you, and you can prop your leg up on it. And then it's you working with gravity. Trying not to resist anything, trying not to control anything. And maybe that ends up being a nice relief from day-to-day life as well, where we are asked to hold a lot of control over the way we speak and work. We're asked to do things for relationships, for free time. This gets to be a chance to let all of that go and almost let your body turn into a little pile of mush and enjoy the benefits of allowing yourself to experience this other side. You're just about halfway through. These final few breaths, breathing this twist through every part of not just your spine, but your whole body. Notice how everything's connected. Like you're wringing out any final things that you can just release, let go of. Go ahead and take one more round of breath. And just as we've been doing with time and space, begin to move yourself out of this position. We reach our final shape, Shavasana. And Shavasana is generally just a relaxed position down on your back. If you know that you prefer maybe another shape, you can take that. I like my pillow under my head, and you're just going to take a few moments to set this up. Always remembering that you have the freedom to do as you need, especially if your body gets achy when you lay down on your back. Please feel free to set up a position that feels really good. And then maybe just take a moment to experience the silence, the quiet. Let's take a deep breath in together. Let your whole body fill up. Then open your mouth, exhale everything. And just for a few moments, allow yourself to connect with the different sounds and vibrations. A gentle, natural breath. And I'll bring us back together eventually. let yourself begin to take a deeper breath. Take a moment to wiggle your fingers and your toes. To maybe even stretch your arms up overhead and take a full body stretch. And from wherever you are, go ahead and just lay your hands on your body, whether it's on your heart or on your belly. Take a moment to thank yourself, to offer yourself a little love and compassion. And then take a moment to breathe some of that out into the world. Send it to anyone that comes to your mind, or just send it out to all beings. We'll take one more big breath in together, whole body fills. An open mouth exhale, let it all release. And from my heart to yours, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. You can slowly let your eyes open, and you can just take your time. You can take your time coming back. There's never a rush.